Sing.
Action.
Wow. Okay, so I do. Yeah, we've got some serious stuff. We've got the world has some serious stuff to be talking about, but I think we'll just get to it, Mark. Let's just, let's just start discussing what we know. Facts. Yep. We keep bringing our staff, our family, ourselves just down to the cold, hard facts, trying to sort of push hysteria and Chinese whispers out of the way, and just trying to drill down on the facts. There's been a lot of speculation about what's going on with real estate. So, guys, we really just wanted to use this valuable airtime to deliver to you guys what we know currently as it stands at the moment in the real estate industry. Mark, you there?
Yep.
Okay, let's talk about it, guys.
The big question, the $1 million question is, has your property value dropped since the introduction of coronavirus?
Yeah. Okay. So here's what we know. Okay. We're going into uncharted waters at the moment. We really only have history to go by, don't we? So if we look back 40 years, property has always been a very, very stable investment because it's long term. It's not a short term investment. And again, historically, because that's all we've got to go by, right? Historically, when the stock market has plummeted, the property market has always remained, again, very, very stable. People have confidence in that. So, as I said, that's all we've got to go by, right? It is just history. What are your thoughts, Mark?
Look, I guess, guys, you've got to consider, well, first of all, what we're seeing is pricing, and pricing, I think the answer is no in terms of pricing, but where we used to be evaluating things on a quarterly or an annual basis, we're now evaluating things on an hourly and a daily basis. So if we're evaluating it that way, the answer is property values is no. We haven't seen them go up. We haven't seen them go down. But I urge people to look at what's essential and what's essential. If you're trying to work out the beat of the drum, if you're trying to work out what's where are we going with all this, I think you've got to work out what's essential. And Lisa, I hope that we fall underneath that category of essential.
So, well, apparently we do. So as it stands right now at the moment, we're aware that there are many businesses that have been locked down, and it's essential services that remain open. So again, guys, we're just here to deal with the cold, hard facts. Leanne Pilkington is the president of the Real Estate Institute of New South Wales. And then we've got Tom Panos.
Does a great job at it.
Phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. And then, of course, Tom Panos, who, of course, everyone knows because he is such a huge advocate for the real estate industry. He's the voice of the industry. I mean, he is the main man of our industry. And he has done, together with his assistant, Susan, I mean, those guys have done the most incredible job at not only keeping everyone up to date across the country with all things real estate related, but keeping the spirits high for our industry. And that's such an important thing, right? Because the last thing we want is obviously, people are going to be out of work and all of that. We don't want to really touch on that tonight. There's enough of that around in the news.
It is. You're right, Lisa. It is a mind game, and it is a medical game at the same time. So, and I shouldn't even call them games. It's a mind play and it's a medical play. So at the end of the day, we've got to equally as we are dealing with medical things, we're equally dealing with emotional things. So I think that it's very important to stay in tune on both levels.
Yep, agreed. So guys, here's what we know right now as obviously we're doing our Facebook Live. We do know that real estate at this moment is considered an essential service. So right now, real estate remains open. Novak Properties remains open. Business as usual, whatever that looks like right this moment today. We are working hard. We're working hard for our customers. We are working hard for our community. That is our promise. So real estate does remain open at this moment.
And
now, what? Sorry.
Nice and positive as well. And I don't think we're putting lipstick on a pig. We're very optimistic about it being an essential service and it being a safety for all of us. It seems that way where a stock market can pull back 10, 20, 30%. We haven't done that in the property market so far, when the stock market has so far. So I don't think we're being false confident. I think it's good, genuine confident, and we should be proud of property. It is essential. It is stable. Let's move forward.
I agree. But not only that, I think, when people think about real estate, they only think about sales and shiny shoes and sports cars. There's a lot more than just that. Okay. So within our model, we manage over 1,500 properties, guys. That's a lot of tenants and that's a lot of landlords, right? Right at this moment.
3,000 landlords and tenants, and that juggle between the landlord and the tenant.
Yeah. So, when we say we're open for business, we're not cashing in commission checks here. We're actually open for business because people need a roof over their head at this time. That is what people need. That is an essential service. So I think, there's been obviously we do a lot of social media, and thank God we do, because we're going to cover that in a sec as well. But thank God we do, because we have got platforms like this one now where we can get these messages out to the general public, out to our industry, out to our community. And we actually have got the eyeballs there so that we can get these messages out. But guys, it's critical to know that, yes, we are operating. And even in an event, Mark, where we have to actually physically close our doors, it's important to note that we have always been, particularly over the last couple of years, a highly digital business anyway. I almost feel in many respects that we've almost been leading up to a moment like this, not that we could ever be prepared or ever know, but we were so ready on a digital platform that for the most part, look, I'm actually sitting out of the office here, where we can do a Zoom, we can launch out to Facebook, we can do that anywhere. And we've been running this way for a number of years already. So rest assured, we are well and truly prepared and able to do everything from virtual open homes, 360-degree videos, routine inspections remotely. We can talk to you on our online chat, which has been set up for 7 or 8 years now, Mark?
Yep, it has been.
Yeah.
And I think, Lisa, I think stuff that we've looked at and had a bit of a chuckle at in the last couple of years, shit's gotten real. And 360 tours was a very big gimmick as much as a month ago or as much as a year ago. And it's funny that a lot of stuff that was very gimmicky, like buying toilet paper or, things in society are now wearing masks. Like, I remember seeing people wearing a mask in an airport and going like, that's a little bit overkill. We're never ever going to be saying that ever again the rest of our life. Life has changed.
Life has changed for sure. But, all these things where before, we felt like we were really pioneering with all of that social media and digital platforms that we've built. Now they've actually become necessities for so many people. And guys, can I just say, we do pioneer as a business, Mark and myself as well, and a lot of our staff, we do pioneer with all of that social media and digital. If you guys need to work stuff out, reach out to us. We promise we'll help you as much as we possibly can. I've had lots and lots of people come through my social media saying, how do I? We will help you out as best as we possibly can, so that you guys can do your virtual open homes, etc. But just getting back to the facts.
Okay, so at least we've covered property values not dropping. I think
no, stable at the moment. Open home numbers were still good on Saturday.
Stable. Okay, now
stable.
What happens if a tenant cannot pay their rent?
Okay, so look, right now at this moment, and again, we just want to deal with the facts, guys. We are just following government directions. Okay, we are not making up the rules as we go. They're not our rules to make up. Yeah, we manage property for landlords. It's critical at this time that we follow government directions, and that is what we are going to be doing, just dealing with the facts. Okay, so we understand over the next 24 hours, government is going to be talking about rental rebates potentially, or we're not quite sure how that's going to work just yet. We're not going to speculate. We're just going to deal with the facts. So as soon as they've come to hand, we promise we will report them to you guys as well.
So on the coalface, guys, we're getting tenants asking this question. We're getting landlords asking this question. And the answer is we'll know in 24 to 48 hours with the direction from the government on how rental incentives are going to be handled. If they're going to be handled, how they're going to be handled is going to be really interesting for our government. There's been some great support. And I think Lisa and I were on the couch yesterday talking about I'm not a big fan of the old ScoMo, but suddenly I am. Within the last 48 hours, I think he's really bad. And we both said that consistently, didn't we, Lise?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, for all the money in the world, I don't think you want to be a prime minister or a president, you know. And the thing is, and again, like, we're not going to get into politics. It's just not our area of expertise. But, you know, just to give our own personal view, God help, you know, those poor guys. I mean, floods, bushfires, and now, you know, a pandemic. Oh my God. I've got to say, they're doing a phenomenal job. Yeah, phenomenal job. Anyway, all of that aside, guys, facts.
And I said that like we did this morning. We met with all the staff at Novak. There's 40 or 50 staff in our offices. We had a briefing last Monday. We had a briefing this Monday. I think sometimes over a weekend you sort of hear so much and you want to know the direction that where the business is going or where you're going. So we met with the crew. And that was a big thing today that we're saying that we've got to stay productive, we've got to stay positive, we've got to take direction from these guys and move vigilantly ahead with it.
100%. And you did a phenomenal job. And I did tell you that you really did a phenomenal job. And that's what people need. You know, they need the leaders to lead right now. They need someone to look to get good, solid advice, non-hysterical advice from. And honestly, you did an awesome job. I'm not just saying that because you're my hubby. You actually did do a phenomenal job today, Mark. But it's important as well, you know, like social media. Obviously, I put a lot of my properties out onto social media. That's been my platform for 2 years. Buyers and vendors have always loved it. The last couple of days, you know, I've had some people, not many, saying, why are you selling property in times like this? Guys, the thing is, whether we're selling property or we're selling milk, the reality of it is the blood must still flow through the veins. It has to. Our economy must keep going. If we all lay down and stop, we are well and truly screwed. So no matter what business you're in, it's critical, like, you know, it's critical that we just don't stop. Now more than ever, it's not our time to shine. This is a not negotiable, right? It's like war. We've got to roll up our sleeves and get in and do whatever it takes to get the job done.
And Lise, we've got to take up a bit of slack as well, because unfortunately there's industries or sectors that are actually not particularly strong at the moment. That energy is moving away from those sectors. We have to find other areas where the energy is going to, and we have to support those services and those products. So I don't think people should feel ashamed about actually doing well in this tough market. I don't think they should be proud of it. And I don't think they should be proud of it either. But I think we've just got to hunker down. We've got to get shit done. And you know, to sum up on what we're talking about, property values have seemed to be solid in a time where other markets. So you know, we look at asset classes of property, asset classes of stock. Well, one asset class did shit itself. The asset class of property has not in the same amount of time. So I think I'm relatively confident to say property is going to actually fare okay and well. The money's got to be spent somewhere. The money's got to be put somewhere. People aren't going to bury it or burn it. So I think people are going to move to something solid, and I hope that that's going to be property. Tenants, we're seeing that we're waiting for legislation to come through some answers on that. We're not seeing rentals drop. We're not seeing properties vacant. We actually are seeing tenants moving around, putting deposits on property. Today, you know, over the weekend and now, we probably had about 10 or 12 deposits put on rental properties.
We did.
These properties, so it's big.
Yeah. Not only that, we've also seen, I know myself as an agent, some of our other guys as well, we've listed a number of properties in the last week. Those numbers are significantly higher. I know for myself, I think I've listed a half a dozen properties over the last few days. That's a lot of stock to list in a matter of days, all different styles of property. And people are selling for a variety of reasons. Not everyone's getting out running for the hills. Some people want to sell to actually get into the share market. They see it as a great opportunity, right, to buy shares at a low price. Some people were just selling anyway. Some people were sitting on the sidelines and selling in the next 3 to 6 months, and because of the uncertainty have brought that forward. For buyers, can I just say, what an insane time to be buying, okay? Just think about it, guys. Some buyers have sold.
Super low rates.
Some buyers have sold. They need to get out of their house. Where are they going to go? Their finances approved and they want to buy, okay?
Yes.
Then you've got some people that are just seeing a great opportunity because of historically low interest rates.
I don't think people should feel ashamed of taking opportunity. I think that opportunity is also necessity as much as it is opportunity. If people aren't taking those opportunities, people aren't spending money. If people aren't spending money, there's no blood going through the veins. So I think that people should not feel shy about supporting a property market, a local grocer, a local business. I'm really big on this local thing. If I have to buy fruit and veg, I would rather pay $10 a kilo rather than $8 a kilo, and I would rather buy it from Brookvale Grocers rather than Woolworths if I can. I feel really passionate about that.
They're doing an awesome job. Those guys are doing an awesome job. And you know, the other thing is that you know, there is some seriously good stock coming on.
Can I just say one thing? I want to say g'day and just talk about, just quickly touch on a couple of questions. There's some great audience tonight. Michael Gertler, thank you very much, buddy. He's proud of how well you're doing employing people. Thank you. Andrew Cole, you are selling because a vendor wants you to sell. Absolutely. It's a job these guys need.
It's a job,
Amal Singh, she's saying the show must go on. A wonderful lady, strong lady, and a very innovative lady in real estate. Chris Jansen, g'day, buddy. Gail, g'day. Gail, sorry about the newsletter going out and the wording on that. And I think we've got good process in place. Michael Edward, I'm sad you guys aren't together tonight. Me too. Lisa and I are sleeping in different beds because
Lies.
I made that up, but it sounds good. Community is key. Absolutely, Mr. Edwards. And that's a couple of the comments tonight. Back to what you're saying, Lise. Sorry.
Yeah. So look, this is the thing. This is my view. I don't know whether or not you guys agree. Really open to your comments. I reckon right now we've got a really big mountain to climb. We are all climbing it together.
You do you do a really good. Lisa does
climbing the mountain together. But I feel that when we get to the other end of the mountain and over the other side of it, there is that pot of gold waiting on the other side. Now, what I reckon is going to happen is the buyers, not all of them, but most of them some of them are sitting on the sidelines. And I reckon they're going to wait until we've come over the other side of the mountain. And then, guys, if you're a buyer, don't wait, because you're all going to come out together. You may just push property prices up, which is exactly what happened around election time, right?
Well, I know Amal, she liked the comment today that Michael Bergio made about toilet paper. When do you want to buy the toilet paper? Do you want to buy the toilet paper when everyone wants the toilet paper? Or do you want to buy buys the toilet paper? That's exactly the same with property.
That's it.
Spot on.
Yes, spot on. Great. Absolutely spot on. Great analogy. So the other thing is, guys, when the stock market no good, people have pulled out their money from the stock market. Okay. Where else are they going to put it? Property is a long-term transaction. Yep. Okay. Hopefully this coronavirus thing, hopefully we'll be on the other side of it. They're suggesting maybe 3 to 6 months. You're not going to buy a property today and sell it again in 6 months. You're going to buy a property today and likely be in it for 5, 10, 20 years. All right. So just bear that in mind. Buyers, don't all wait behind the gates and all come out all at once. Worst thing you can do.
Now's the time, guys. Now's the time to get in there. No competition. Get in there and spend money. Spending money is good. It is blood going through the veins of society. Society needs it. So spend money.
Definitely. Okay. Can we just quickly cover open homes?
Yes.
Right now, again, as we mentioned at the beginning of this program, guys, we are just covering the cold hard facts. The
Yes.
government has advised us that we are allowed to still trade. We are an essential service. The government has advised that we can continue doing open homes. And of course, we're practicing all of the social distancing and sanitizing. Of course we are. This is just common sense now. But open homes are still being run as usual in the event that someone would like a personal open home, a private open home, no problem. In the event that someone would like a virtual open home, no problem. We can walk them through. We can FaceTime you. We can give you our 360-degree videos. We're so set up for this, no problem at all.
That sounds weird to me.
Yeah.
That sounds weird. My mind has not been trained for that in the last year or 2 or 3 or even in the last 6 months. So it's very native. It's not native at all. It's weird for you to be talking like that. But are we on the cusp of that's how shit gets done?
See, it's not weird for me because I have been doing it that way, Mark. Right? 95% of my properties sell from my social media. So me as an agent, I am used to doing stuff like that. This is just going to be the new norm for all of us. All right, because we may all be in lockdown soon. We don't know. But if we are, well, obviously we can't get out to do open homes. It is all going to be done virtually. My advice, if you're a real estate agent out there, guys, start to get all your video content. Start to get your video content. It's not going to go off. It's not going to go astray.
That was in our sales meeting today internally. So everyone knows that this morning in our sales meeting, it was a discussion that we had was let's get all of our content, shore up all of our content, get all our content up and running, because there may be a situation where we can't access properties over the next week or two. So we need to have that content, the 360 tours, the photos, the floor plans, and the Facebook videos now, in case people are potentially going to purchase off that only if the price is right.
100%. The other thing is just back to routine inspections. I know we're jumping a little bit all over the shop, but routine inspections, Leanne Pilkington, the president of the Real Estate Institute of New South Wales, was suggesting that in the event you cannot get into a property to conduct a routine inspection, ask the tenant if they would kindly do a FaceTime video with you and walk you as the property manager through the property. And you may suggest to the tenant, could you please show us the carpet? I saw a mark there. Would you mind taking a photograph of that and sending it to me? These things, we all have the technology. It's called a mobile device. You don't even need anything fancy to be able to do that. So, that's an option as well. So guys, just one important thing that we do want to cover, we mentioned it about 10 minutes ago, rent. If you can't pay your rent, we are just waiting on government directions as to what will be done. And we will advise you of that information as soon as it comes to hand. We believe that's going to be over the next 24 hours. Correct?
Exciting times. Guys, I think it's
innovative. I think we just have to be innovative.
You've got to I think you've really got to look at, there's a part of society that we must protect, we must cocoon, we must really look after. That's the elderly. And the way that we can do that is by following the directions from government. Now, I also think that we can also, as a result of that, we can make ourselves really sad, or we can make ourselves nice and mono, and just get through what we have to get through, work on the problems. So when I say, I probably shouldn't use the word exciting, but when I say, I think that we can really work ourselves into a hole, a negative hole, if we just focus on what we can't do. I think we have to sort of motivate ourselves and excite ourselves and motivate on what we can do in order to keep that blood circulating in our new world, because it definitely is a new world that we're going into.
Definitely. I agree. 100%. Just another couple of things, guys, that I wanted to mention. I did want to just give a shout out to a local business, Mark. That's the Severino family. These guys own Miramar Gardens. Many of you will know Miramar Gardens. It's a big, beautiful function centre in Terry Hills. Of course, you know, those guys have been hit hard. They can't do functions and conferences and all formals and all that sort of stuff.
They have formed a solution around that.
Okay.
They have quite a few small conference rooms, so they're trying to push their conferencing and moving to small. So that function of 500 or 1,000 people that they're used to doing, they have now hunkered down to smaller functions as well as.
So they're also packaging up these guys. If you've ever eaten the most delicious food, it's up there at Miramar. I mean, like every time we know we're going to a function there, we're like, yes, it's such good food. So what they've done is it's the best. They've packaged up beautiful big family packs of schnitzels and pastas and roasted vegetables. Sandstone Cafe, we'll pop a link in here or just go on to Miramar Gardens. They're selling them off bulk, wholesale prices, and you can drive through and pick them up. I understand orders over $150, they will deliver. Guys, we don't get paid for this. When it's not, you know, I'm just letting you know that what an amazing thing. And the food was delicious. We actually did buy it for our staff, Mark, a couple of days ago. But yeah, amazing. There are some incredible things being done out there.
The local barber, he's allowed to cut hair. He's cutting hair. He just moved across the road to a brand new premises. We need to give him support. The local office guy next door, Kelly's Furniture, he will sell you an incredible office setup, better than the Officeworks, which is the national one. He'll sell you the good quality, the Australian made, the stuff that's going to last in your house for 20 years. It looks great.
At home, set up your home office.
Then we've got our fruit and veg one, guys that you love, the grocers in Brookvale there. There's plenty, so spend local.
Can I also say the other guys that are doing a good job are Devitt Meats. I mean, I just follow them on my Instagram. Devitt Meats, those guys are doing an awesome job. Yeah. Hey, I also came up with a really good concept before driving home. I was thinking, what else can be done? What else can be done? What else can be done? I was like, you know what? Those hotels are empty. Put the homeless people into the hotels. Get these guys and girls off the streets. They're empty anyway. These poor people are going to get sick and could die. Get them off the streets. That would take the pressure off the hospitals.
Yep. Another one was
I don't know. That just makes sense to me.
Turning the cruise ships into the hospitals.
Turning the cruise ships into the hospitals. You've got the individual cabins there anyway. So, you know, I don't know. I think we've got to start thinking laterally.
Turn them into hospital rooms.
Yeah, we've just got it. We need to start to think laterally. I think everyone just thinks out of work, go to Centrelink. We do need to start to think a little bit more laterally. That is for sure. But yeah, I think that's a wrap, isn't it?
If we could wrap it up, what are our takeouts from tonight?
Take-up from tonight is follow the facts. Don't buy into the hysteria. Drip feed yourself with information that's coming through. I actually think it can be detrimental. Don't quote me on this. Me personally, my opinion, detrimental to your mental health to be listening to the news all day, every day. It's very, very hard to listen to. Personally, I drip feed myself with information. I allow myself 2 GB, which I don't listen to, but I do now because they're giving me the facts on the way into work, and ABC News on the way home from work. I just want to hear the facts at either end of the day. I figure anything really critical, my mum will probably call me anyway. And so that we can remain focused on what we need to be doing. Rent, guys.
Buy local, buy essential, and buy local.
Yep. And we will be following the guidelines of the government. We will not be making up our own rules. We are open at the moment.
Listen to the government. These guys have the most amazing people around them. If they say jump, we jump.
100%. We will be doing whatever it is that we need to be doing right now. We need our office opened. We are responsible for a lot of people. We are responsible for a lot of roofs over people's heads. We don't just sell property. We manage a lot of property. And so we feel that it is our responsibility to be doing what we're doing until we are told by the government to do something else. That's it, guys. We are highly digital. We are very, very, very ready, willing, and able.
We are a hyper digital agency, that is for sure. So if you're with us, you're with a good agency, Mr. Landlord, Mr. Tenant, Mr. Buyer or Seller.
Can I just throw something else in? I've had a $0 marketing strategy for over a year now. True, trialed, tested, $0 marketing strategy. If you need to get your house sold, please talk to me. Please talk to us. It's not a gimmick. It's a real thing. It's documented. It's all over social media. And I would love to help you. I've had a lot of phone calls about it over the last few days. It was always put together to help people. It was never put together for anything other than helping vendors and helping buyers. And so now more than ever, it's there for you guys. I think that's it.
Lise.
All right, guys. We hope we've helped you.
Take care, guys. Love ya. Stay safe.
See ya.
Don't be silly. Keep your distance up. And Lisa, thank you very much. Have a great night.
See ya. Thank you. You too. See you guys. Bye.